You know, we look at the pyramids and temples of ancient Egypt and think, how did they do it? I mean, we're talking 45 centuries of human achievement. So I came here to find out. From the very first mud brick huts to the Great Pyramid, this is how they built Egypt. First thing you need to know, none of this exists without this river. The Nile was the highway, the water source, the lifeblood. Every stone, every block, every obelisk, all moved on this water. So let's start at the very beginning. This mud, this is what made the first Egypt possible. Before the stone, before the temples.
5,000 years ago, the first Egyptians did something revolutionary. They took this river mud, mixed it with straw, let it bake in the sun, and created the very first building blocks of civilization.
A sun-dried mud brick. This right here is the foundation of Egyptian civilization. It took about a week to make each one. Mix the mud and straw, pack it into a wooden mold, let the Egyptian sun do the rest. Simple, but it changed everything. And here's the genius. The sun does all the work. 7 to 14 days of baking, and you get a brick that lasts centuries. Some of these walls are still standing. But mud brick has limits. You can't build a mountain out of mud. And the Egyptians wanted to build for the gods, for eternity. That meant they needed something else. Something harder than mud.
Enter Imhotep, the world's first named architect. Around 2630 BC, he looked at mud brick and said, "We can do better." He built the Step Pyramid, the first colossal stone structure in history. This is where it all changed.
This is where it gets insane. Djoser's pyramid was made of stone. Stone. They had to quarry it, move it, lift it, and they had no iron tools, no wheels, no cranes, just copper chisels, wooden sledges, and a lot of human will.
They cut these blocks from quarries using copper saws and wet sand, basically sandpaper. Each block weighs 2 to 80 tons. Then they dragged them on wooden sleds across the desert, on ramps.
And then came Khufu, the Great Pyramid. 2.3 million blocks, 146 meters high. And to this day, we're still not 100% sure how they did it.
The leading theory, a giant spiral ramp that wrapped around the pyramid as it grew. They pulled blocks up this ramp tier by tier, year by year, for 20 years.
Picture this. Each block is pulled on a wooden sledge by a team of workers. They wet the sand in front of the sledger to reduce friction. Physics hack, 2500 BC style. Then, up the limp they go, one block at a time. Here's the part that breaks my brain. The entire pyramid is aligned to true north within 1/20th of a degree. The blocks fit together with gaps thinner than a human hair. We can't do that with modern tools in under a decade. They did it with copper and rope. 20,000 to 30,000 workers. Not slaves. Skilled laborers, engineers, architects, craftsmen. They were fed, housed, and paid. This was the world's first mega project, and the Egyptians pulled it off.
When it was finished, the Great Pyramid was encased in gleaming white limestone, polished so smooth it reflected the sun like a mirror. It could be seen from miles away, a mountain of light in the desert. And then came the temples. If the pyramids were the tombs of gods, the temples were their homes. And none is more spectacular than Karnak.
This is the Hippodrome Hall at Karnak. 134 columns, 20 meters high, the largest religious structure ever built. And every surface, every single inch is carved with stories, with prayers, with the names of pharaohs.
Obelisks, single pieces of granite weighing up to 400 tons, quarried, shaped, transported on the Nile, and raised upright, using just sand ramps and human pull. The engineering never stopped evolving.
From mud brick to the Great Pyramid to the temples of Karnak, the story of Egypt is the story of people pushing the limits of what's possible. They built with mud, then with stone, then with sheer genius. And 4,500 years later, we're still trying to figure out how they did it. That's the real wonder of ancient Egypt.